Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. My name is Mika and here I do fragrance reviews. I love fragrances. On my channel I do all things fragrance and I love to bring to you new gems. Today's video is all about the new fragrances that I've been obsessed with. And I just couldn't hold these in and I wanted to share them with you. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the fragrances that I've been enjoying. So the first one here, I know you've heard all about it in the fragrance community, and this is Vibrato by Sospiro Perfumes. And this fragrance is a very uplifting and fresh aromatic. It has a touch of grapefruit, bergamot, jasmine, magnolia, ginger, musk, and patchouli, as well as orris root. This is a balanced herbal accent. It's light, it has a slight sweetness, and the powderiness is just right. I love this. I wish I would have had this for this past spring or summer. It's very long lasting and I get a lot of compliments. I think this would smell even better on a man. It is unisex, but for a woman, I think it brings out more of the sweetness. The projection is also good. I do think that this is a 10 out of 10. So it is exactly what a lot of people have been raving about. I just got it, so I've been wearing it for about three to 4 weeks now. And I love how things just settle and comes out in the background. It's not up front, it's in the background, and everything you can get whiffs of it, especially when your body heat warms up. I don't have Tiger by Bulgari, which this is heavily compared to. But what I've seen is that a lot of people like this over Tiger. So I'm sorry I can't compare the two. But this would be great for a spring and summer lineup. It also, I think, could be really good as a gem fragrance. It just depends on how light you spray. But this here is Vibrato by Sospiro Perfumes. And it also has a velvet green touch to the bottle. Another fragrance that I've been loving is Blue Heart by Thameen. This right here is the second one of their fragrances from their house that I have been loving. The first one that I had is Patalia, and Blue Heart is my second. I really love the color of this bottle. It is so pretty. But this has coconut, saffron, orris, tonka bean, vanilla. It also has cypriol oil, and that is what I mainly pick up. I don't get the fruity facets. I pick up the saffron, the tonka bean, and the cypriol oil. Oh, and also the musk. It lasts about 5 to 6 hours on me. So I do want to warn you that if you're not familiar with cypriol oil, you may want to try a tester of this. I definitely don't recommend blind buying this. And then if you're not a big fan of coconut, this might not be up your alley. But it's definitely worth trying if you are one of those individuals who can tolerate coconut as well as the cypriol oil. And the cypriol oil just gives it a medicinal scent. But I don't smell that through the whole wear of the fragrance. It is mainly in the opening, and then in the dry down I really smell the vanilla, the coconut, and then I can also pick up on the tonka bean. So this here is Blue Heart by Thameen. The next one here, I actually picked it up because I heard that it was like Musk therapy, but longer lasting. And this here is Rania J Musk Moschus. This here is not quite identical to Musk Therapy, but it does have the nuances that Musk Therapy has. It has vanilla, musk, black currant, which is different from Musk Therapy, and sandalwood. Oh, this is so refreshing. It lasts about 6 to 7 hours on me, and I think it's worth having both because, like I said, it's reminiscent of Musk Therapy, but it's not a dupe for Musk Therapy. I think the black currant is what sets it apart. This is so pretty. It makes me want to try others from this house. I really like this, and it's just so mellow and so calming, but most of all, it's refreshing. And that's what I don't get from Musk Therapy, is the refreshingness. To me, Musk Therapy is really more cozy, where this is a little bit more refreshing. And it has this beautiful musk in here. This is gorgeous. I love this. All right, so again, this is Rania J's Musk Mosus. The next one is a new house that just launched this year. And as you all know, I am a big fan of Sonia Constant. And when I heard that she was starting her own line and creating her own house, I was so excited to try it. And so the first one that I tried from her house is Camilia K. And the name of her house is called Ella K Parfumes. And again, it was launched this year, and she is one of my all-time favorite perfumers. And this one has this blood orange, ginger, tuberose, camellia and Bulgarian rose. It has vanilla, patchouli, a gorgeous patchouli, as well as vetiver. I do think that this can be unisex. As a matter of fact, all of these fragrances are unisex except for one, but all of these are unisex. And I do get the fruity elements of this fragrance. I just wish the fruitiness stayed around longer. You get it in the top notes, but I wish the fruitiness stayed throughout the entire wear of this fragrance. It is so pretty. It's something that I would wear going out. To me, this is not a casual scent. You can, of course, you can do whatever you want, but I don't see this for just lounging around the house or a dumb reach. This is more calculated. This is more strategic. You are actually going out. You are dressed up. You have your makeup and your hair and nails done. And that's what I get from this fragrance. It is gorgeous. And I was chatting with one of my new subbies, and she actually told me about another one of the house lineups that she has, and I was so intrigued that I had to try it. And she made me go out and buy this one here, and this is called Musque by Ella K Parfumes, and this one here is gorgeous. I told you guys that I am a big fan and love of musk, and this has pink pepper, sand lily, it has iris, vetiver, musk, and cedar, and it's just one of those sweater weather fragrances. This is gorgeous. So I do want to say thank you for turning me on to this. I would have never thought to pull the trigger on Musque, but this is gorgeous. Now, I do think that her fragrances are quite pricey, but this is 100 milliliters, and I think that you get a lot for the price. But it is just blended so well, and she is just phenomenal. Her artistry, I'm so happy that she started her own house. And, you know, hats off to Sonia Constant. And I want to try more from this line. I plan to get one of her amber fragrances. I can't remember the name of it off top, but that is going to be my next try, and I think it's worth trying. I really do. And if you are a big fan of her work, definitely try one of her fragrances from her house called Ella K. So once again, this one is Musk K by Ella K. And then the other one was Camilia K. Gorgeous bottles too. They're very heavy. So the next fragrance is something that I mentioned in one of my my lineups. This would have been in one of my previous 10 out of 10 fragrances had I had it back then. But this is new to me. But this is Torino 22 by Xeroff. And this one here, I also wish that I had during the spring and summer. I love this. Oh gosh, this is gorgeous. But what I get from this is the saffron, the eucalyptus, the bergamot, the clary sage, gaiac wood, and the musk. And what I love and what is so invigorating for me is the eucalyptus. Oh, it's so crisp. What this reminds me of is I used to live in Seattle, Washington, and during the fall and winter, I would go outside and the smell of the air coming from the water as well as the mountains was just so crisp and clean, and just, you could smell the woods, you could smell the snow. This is what this reminds me of, and it's just that crispness and the cleanness from the clary sage and the eucalyptus that just makes me head over heels for this. I think this would be gorgeous on a man. If you are a guy, put your nose on this. I swear you will get so many compliments, because it becomes like this. It becomes like a fragrance that it's not like you're wearing a fragrance, but you are. It is just so gorgeous and clean. It's like clean without trying to be, you know? I think Xeroff did a phenomenal job with this. So this is Torino 22 by Xeroff. Next is the only fragrance that I do not think is unisex. I do think this is a very feminine fragrance. I am late to the party on this, and I was watching a video and I was like, you know what the hell, I need to get this. I'm a big fan of the original, so it wouldn't hurt. And this one here is Burberry Her Elixir by Burberry, and this is a creamy strawberry milkshake. It just reminds me, I don't know if you guys remember from the late, was it the late 90s? It was either early or late 90s, but there was this doll and it was called Strawberry Shortcake. She had her own cartoon, and I remember it was the rave. Everybody wanted a strawberry shortcake, and the top of her head smelled like strawberries. And that's what I get from this fragrance. It is creamy, it's lactonic, it's cozy. This is like the ultimate gourmand. For anyone who loves sweet fragrances, you would love this. But it has strawberry, blackberry, vanilla, amber, sandalwood, as well as jasmine. But I mainly get vanilla and strawberry. I do think that it can be worn all year round. I'm really enjoying this as a sweater weather, mainly from the creamy and the coziness of it. I love the lactonicness of this fragrance. The lactonic vibes is what got me with this fragrance. I was a big fan of the original Burberry Her, but now I love this. So it's definitely worth getting your nose on. Once again, this is Burberry Her Elixir by Burberry. Last is a fragrance that I have been enjoying. I've only had it for a couple of months, and I think I've put a pretty good dent in it. But this here is Queens and Monsters Eau de Parfum by Henry Rose. This is a clean house. Oh, I will enjoy this. This is so good. A lot of people, there are mixed reviews. There are some people who like it, some people who don't. I do think that you have to like sandalwood and vanilla. It is a barrage of sandalwood in this fragrance. And if you're not a big fan of sandalwood, you probably would not like this. It lasts all day on me. But it reminds me of Centra by Mimo Paris. And in the opening, you get the greenness, but then after it dries down, you don't smell the Centra reminiscence anymore. And you mainly just get that vanilla. It's not a natural vanilla, but it's a really pretty mellow vanilla. I think this does really well with my skin chemistry. When I'm wearing this pretty much all day, I can get whiffs of it where I'm moving and I smell it. But it's enjoyable. It is something that is not light, but it's not beast mode. It's right there in the middle, and it is just refreshing to pick up, especially when you're trying to get away from the day-to-day gourmands or the day-to-day sweet, spicy fragrances, and you want something different. I do think that you'll get that. This has petitgrain, it has violet leaf, freesia, sandalwood, vanilla bean, and again, this is a sandalwood vanilla bomb. You have to love sandalwood to enjoy this. I really enjoy wearing this, especially with just some jeans and a t-shirt. It's a no fuss, not a lot of thought, just something that's going to hold you over. You don't have to worry about if it's going to last throughout the day. You don't have to touch up on it. And I smell the florals, but the florals are very light in the background. They're very subtle. Oh, again, this is gorgeous. And this is Queens and Monsters Eau de Parfum by Henry Rose. All right, guys, so that rounds up the new obsessions that I've been really enjoying. I've been obsessed, and I know when I'm obsessed with something because normally I cannot put it down. With the amount of fragrances that I have in my collection, normally I try to rotate and get to fragrances that I haven't touched in a while. But with these fragrances, these 8 fragrances, I could not put them down. I was just constantly reaching for them. And when I do that, I know that they are a love. They are definitely a keeper. I'm one of those people who I believe that you need to keep fragrances that you love. I don't really hold on to fragrances that I kind of like. I will give them a new home and rehome them and get them to someone who could appreciate them. I really want fragrances that are loves for me. So I hope you enjoyed my new loves and obsessions, and put in the chat a fragrance you think that I should also try. And once again, my hat goes off to the subby who recommended Musk K. Thank you so much. I love this. I am so excited for those who have been subscribing. So if you are watching my channel and you enjoy the content, please subscribe, hit the bell. A lot of you are just watching the video, but you're not subscribing. So it would really help my channel out if you were to subscribe. Once again, I just want to say thank you again for dropping by, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.